Welcome to Graya Overload. I'm Anthony, and Microsoft released the Windows 10 April 2018 update. What is all new and improved? It is that time to get the next update of Windows 10. This is the Windows 10 April 2018 update, so not a horrible name, at least it's descriptive of what it is. It's going to be version 1803, and it's going to be officially released through Windows Update here tomorrow, May 8th. And if you've already wanted to, you can already have downloaded it here within this past week. So Microsoft kind of threw it out there, and it's all rolling out. So expect it to hit a computer near you very soon, or within the next couple months. I don't know how they're all doing it, but they have a kind of schedule of how they keep pushing out updates. But the first feature I want to go through here is timeline, and that's, if you want to pull it up, it's Windows key tab, and that's how to pull it up once you're in version 1803. And it's kind of like a history of basically everything that you've done. You can go back and forth on it. You can even delete stuff out of this timeline, so it's not like it's set in stone or everything else. No, you get to delete it as well. But basically you can go back and get the things that you worked on earlier, even a few weeks ago, and just continue on where you left off. And I think this is a great feature overall that should be useful. We'll see how it progresses. Right now it sounds great, but if it's not something I use overall on a daily basis, it may not be part of my workflow. But hopefully other people find it valuable as well. But even on the insider builds, I didn't use it that much. I've used it a little bit, but only time will tell how great this feature is. The nearby sharing, though, that feature is awesome. I love being able to, I've even right-clicked on a file and wanted to share it to another computer or even to my wife's computer. I use it at work too, and I love the nearby sharing feature. This feature, Microsoft is basically bringing the AirDrop feature to the Windows side. If you're a Mac user, you'll know you probably would have used AirDrop in some form, and to be able to nearby share even web pages, files between computers. They use the best, quickest path Wi-Fi or Bluetooth, and you can also discover potential items through Bluetooth that you could share with. So this is a great feature overall. I really like what Microsoft did here. Keep improving it, Microsoft. Maybe you can even share to more like phones and stuff like that, Android, or maybe if you can get an iOS to share, that'd be kind of cool. And just kind of make that even a more broad ecosystem, because it is a fun feature to use when you can send stuff back and forth that quickly. Microsoft Edge. I don't know how many people out there are using Microsoft Edge, but I want to quickly go through stuff here. There's a long list of stuff, so it's going to be really quick. But you can now mute a tab, so when that annoying autoplay video starts popping up, you can see which tab's playing, and you can click on it, and it's gone. Well, the tab isn't gone, but the sound is. So I really like that. And Microsoft Edge on your phone and tablet. So if you have Android or iOS, well, and a Windows Phone if you want. Windows Phone already has it, but iOS and Android, you have Edge too. You can get all your favorites, everything synced across the board. They're improving that too and making that better. And so I've been fairly pleased on both Android and iOS with the Edge app. So only time will tell to see how much more integration there is, but I really like the combination between and how it's all starting to work out. Maybe we can even get a sync tab item here in the near future, kind of like what Firefox has. Like that. We'll see. Flying websites and push notification. I'm going to tie this in a little bit more with progressive web apps. And progressive web apps, I think, is one of the biggest parts of this entire Edge release. And I'll touch on that here in a little bit. But new features for extensions. Pretty much my extensions now are in parity to my Firefox extensions. I use Firefox a lot. And there's, I think, one or Firefox extension I'm just started testing out that's not an Edge yet, and that's it. So, and it's just one I'm just testing for fun. So all the ones I use normally are on both, and I like that. I think that's a great improvement that Microsoft's been having. Keep pushing on the extension side, Microsoft, getting more developers to develop extensions. I think it's great. And to have that broad spectrum and another browser of choice, hopefully, if you keep adding features and reliability, which I like. They made the browser more responsive. They improved performance and power efficiency. They did better efficiency for internet GIFs. They use resources more intelligently. So if you're not on a tab and you haven't been for a while, they put in a background task. Hopefully, there's also more here coming in that performance section. I think that there's ability to improve there as well. So all browsers and all the time is you're improving performance and you're also improving security, which is the next one, improve web security. So both of those all the time, performance and security, they're always running forward, a race together, trying to just and hand in hand, because they basically go together now. Everyone wants more performance and more security, just the way it is now. We're seeing all these security flaws and everything else come out. You need to improve that, and improve web security is probably going to be on every single release of Edge updates, just from now going on. And they also, the last one here is the progressive web app stuff. I want to touch on this a little bit more, but Microsoft's even populating the store with progressive web apps that they're going and scraping the internet for. And one thing is with progressive web apps is, I believe I've done a video on this. I'd have to go back and look. I believe I did. But the progressive web app is just basically a website that's basically looks like an app, acts like an app, and it's only the developer only has to develop that progressive web app. They don't have to develop an Android and iOS, a Android tablet, an iOS tablet, a Windows app as well. So they can kind of consolidate down to one app. They can put some native support in it as well, as in, notification or push notifications. Get good screen resolutions. They can even if-def for some Windows stuff as well. And I've been reading more and more, and even dabbling in some progressive web app stuff. I've been very impressed with it overall, how they get it all up and running. And Microsoft, I've been using the Twitter one a lot. And with Microsoft pushing this as well in both the desktop side of it and in the store, when going to the Microsoft store and even going to the website, I think that this is a great opportunity for a lot of developers and companies to get their apps into the store, and or get their apps so people can see them and they're cross-device. I think for developer side, it's going to be a nice unified experience that they can develop on all devices, and a team can focus on one app rather than many individuals. And on the consumer side, whatever device they're on, it's going to look the same. Maybe a little different screen resolution, but they can adjust it so it fits the screen, works like the web page. And the really nice thing too for the consumer is it looks like the app, right? You don't have the browser or the address bar. It's literally the app. If you want to go see a progressive web app on Windows, go check out the Twitter one. It's very interesting to use, and I've liked it so far. I've been impressed with it. So, and they're keep on adding more and more features with it overall, which is a great option because of how dynamically they can update it right away. So, Focus Assist, let's go into that one. I like this one. If you want to go and touch on your Focus Assist, go into your settings, display settings, and Focus Assist. You can kind of mess with there who you allow and don't allow, and when, I believe also when you want to block interruptions, etc. I like it a lot. I kind of wish it had one more step where it would basically know that I'm recording, so don't let any notifications go to this computer, right? So I'm recording on my Surface, got my computer behind me, but it's not there yet. Maybe one day. But overall, it's nice to be able to minimize those applications, or notifications, I should say, when I don't want them. And so far, it's been great to do, especially when I record. It minimizes and doesn't have those notifications come up with Focus Assist while I'm gaming on my computer. What's great is that I came out of it the other day and said, hey, guess what? We just blocked all notifications just so we don't bother you in your game. I like that. I want it to be. I want to be focused on the game rather than on notifications. Windows Ink. Microsoft's really improving Windows Ink and helping it move forward. I really like all the shapes, the ink acceleration and stuff like that. I have a Surface and I do a lot of note taking with it, and just being able to have improvements in that area are a good thing, no matter how small they are. I think improvements across an OS or a piece of software, and each version should have improvements in some way. to make it worthwhile to the user. Otherwise, why are you getting a new version? So I like the Windows Ink improvements. They've been helpful. Let's put it that way for me using my Surface. Windows Mixed Reality, I have not used this yet, but I believe Steam VR might still be in beta. Maybe it's out of beta. I can't remember for the Windows users, but now it at least is available to everyone and not just Windows insiders. So if you have a Windows Mixed Reality set, now you can look at the Steam VR stuff. Microsoft also put additional improvements in there as well. The Windows Hello, and this is notable too, is that the Windows Hello is easier to set up and more secure and faster. So they did some improvements there in the whole Hello experience. I know setting it up on multiple machines, I'd like it to be easier and better, and so Microsoft made that for me now, which I don't really need unless I set up the computer again. But I like that they did that. Microsoft Photos. Now, this is an app that's always being up to date. Microsoft can update it dynamically in Windows. However, the big one here is search and find your pictures more quickly. Now, I have a lot of photos, got kids and my wife, so we take a lot of photos overall. My wife takes a ton of photos, right? So there's a lot to go through there. And now she can search through them easier and have more ability to understand when they were taking, who's all in the picture and everything else. And I think that's a big improvement. I know I've been using it to search out different things. I'm surprised at how well it is if I pick my oldest daughter and it goes all the way back to when she was a baby. Now I can get it kind of confused sometimes because different babies kind of got confused, but overall it did a great job. I've been very impressed with it. So that's one thing. You can also add your 3D creations to photos and videos if you want. So you can edit your 3D library. So when you want to put that T-Rex in, you can. And 3D in Windows. And speaking about T-Rex, the next PowerPoint that you're going to have for your work function, you can put the T-Rex in there as well. And so you can have your 3D animations of that T-Rex in your PowerPoint. So I think that Microsoft's making PowerPoints even fun for work. So you have that ability now with 3D in Windows. Animation in Mixed Reality Viewer. You got your animations in PowerPoint like I mentioned. And you can edit your snips directly in 3D Paint. So I haven't spent too much time in 3D Paint. Maybe you'll do that more. Maybe my kids will have more fun with it than I will. That is probably the case. So it should be interesting here going forward with all the 3D stuff and what everything Microsoft is doing. But Cortana is the next item on the list. And I've been just going through Microsoft blog posts, just touching on these. Hopefully you guys find something that you like in this all. But Cortana, they always are able to improve Cortana on the back end. But now you got your skills, and so home automation skills. This is starting to bring Cortana up to be able to compete with Alexa. And so now you can say, Cortana, turn up the heat, turn up the sound, whatever you want. And she can do that now even more effectively. And I think it's a good thing. I think there's was an announcement between Alexa and Cortana that they'll be able to talk to each other. And that was kind of showed off today at the Build conference a little bit. Hopefully that comes here so people with Cortana can go and access Alexa stuff if you have Alexa too. And people that are more focused on Alexa can then also ask and get all your stuff out of Cortana that you need as well. So that association through, I think, is a great partnership for both Amazon and Microsoft. And only time will tell to see how that takes off and improves. But PC gaming, something I really like. I do have an Xbox too, but I like gaming in general. It's fun. To me it is. But you have now improved game bar. You can go make sure the game mode's on, mixer, it's all right there. It's got, I think, light and dark contrast if you want. So definitely go check it out if you're a gamer. Turn on game mode, turn it off while you're in the game, Windows key G, and you can kind of see a lot of the stuff that you maybe, you see more performance or not while you're playing the game. So it's kind of cool that Microsoft still focused on that. I like to see more work in there in that side as well to see what Microsoft can do. But That's the gamer speaking in me. Yeah, if the developer speaks, it's something else that I would like Microsoft to focus on. So right now the gamer wants more support in game mode, so more improvements there. But that's that. Staying productive, you have dictation. Microsoft improved the dictation. My People, if you guys are interested in using My People, definitely take a look at that. You can drag and drop, set up to 10 items in the taskbar, animation overflow, and improve app discoverability for those My People in there. The start menus being improved, HDR video for Windows PCs and Windows HD color. So that's kind of being able to bring some HDR content to regular Windows PCs that are already out there. Touch keyboard improvements. So if you guys use a touch keyboard, especially if you go into tablet mode, you'll have a standard touch keyboard that comes with 190 more keys. Shape writing, so you can get the shape writing or swipe now in Windows, which I use a lot actually. I've used it more than what I thought I would use it. Multilingual text support and text prediction in more languages. So Microsoft's doing a good job there at improving that. You got emoji overhaul, and it's more like emoji overload because there's a lot of emojis now. I believe it's Windows key period or Windows key comma to browse them, I believe. But there's just a lot of emojis now. Maybe my daughter likes to have a lot of emojis. She thinks it's funny. So maybe I'll have to try them out and show her all of them. She probably will find this really funny. And I'll probably find a lot of Skype messages from her too with emojis. She goes, my wife Skypes me, and then my daughter says send this one. So it's kind of funny there. But handwriting improvements, you can split the layout now with the with the touch layout and as a keyboard, so it can be on both sides. You can split that, and you can also do personalized handwriting panel, and this one I like. Sometimes I wish it would flow faster, but now that I'm thinking about it, maybe the reason why it doesn't flow faster is because it can't understand my handwriting. That could be. But, they're making improvements there. They're making it better. I'm glad that Microsoft is putting that in there. Fluent design, coming to more stuff, and then save notification drafts in the Action Center. Like, say you're responding to a Skype message, it saves rather than deleting half the thing you just wrote. Accessibility improvements. This is one of the things that I'm very glad Microsoft is focused on and been very impressed with. But you can make your device fit your needs. Get text suggestions as you type. Click with your eyes if you have the supported hardware. Grammar tools for EPUB, books, and reading view. And listening to books your way, as well as seeing greater contrast. So Microsoft's really putting a lot in accessibility. I'm really glad they are. For everyone that needs accessibility, I hope that you take advantage of this. Also, tell Microsoft what else you guys need, because as a developer, you always try to get ways to be more helpful, more accessible, and I think it's a great way the industry can give back to the community and help anyone out that wants to use this. I really like the way Microsoft's putting emphasis on this, and hopefully we'll see more here soon. Security, the Windows Defender Security Center improvements. They got basically a account protection pillar now in there. They got a device security pillar, and they got more ways to notify you as well. Security, is always going to be playing a role in this, as I said, with performance. So it's good that Microsoft puts in there and add in more performance overall. And I'm pleased with it, right? More security is going to be better, and to keep your machine performant is also going to be key. So I'm glad Microsoft's trying to protect users more, and that's a good thing. Windows 10 and S mode. Now, S mode is no longer just an OS. Kind of did a video on that a while ago, but now you're going to have S mode that you can upgrade for free to Home or Pro, whichever version that you got with that. Now, it's going to be on a range of devices. However, it is only a one-way upgrade. So once you go from S to your Home or Pro, you cannot go back. Microsoft fixed that. I would like to be able to go back sometimes. I actually would like to try S mode and go back and forth. I think I might not go back at some point, but until everything I need on a daily basis is over there, it'd be nice to have both. Microsoft improved the Microsoft Store. You can also now download fonts in the Microsoft Store. So go take a look at that if you want more fonts. You are able to download that now. And one of the to touch on things of Office and Windows, one of the things that I'm really like is this OneDrive file restore integrated with Defender for expanded ransomware protection. If you have Office 365, Home, Personal, or OneDrive for Business, now you can have protection against ransomware with your OneDrive files. You have all that ability now to protect against, with all the ransomware we're hearing about. If it gets to you, you can go back into OneDrive and then basically get the previous point files and not have to worry. This is a great improvement for Microsoft. It goes along with the security side of things, where Microsoft keeps improving security, and that is a good thing. Now, hopefully they roll this out to more people, try to get more protection there, maybe to everyone that has OneDrive as well. I think or uses OneDrive in some sense. I think it's good to be able to support users and help protect them as much as possible. So let me know what you liked in this whole Windows 10 release. There's a lot to go through. Microsoft did a good job. I've been even hearing from some of my friends that they're saying it feels like it's more smooth than what it used to be in the prior version of 1709, I believe it was. And that's a good thing. Microsoft, keep focusing on getting the user more out, and the user can feel more like they don't have to wait on the computer, that the computer is working for them. And I think it's a good thing overall. I think this is a nice overall release. It's just a nice increment. There's some minor things. We'll see what it holds for Redstone 5. But let me know what your thoughts are, and what you like about this feature, what you want to see improved too. Don't forget to file that feedback in the feedback hub if you have any other questions. And I think that's about it. So I want to thank you for watching. Thank you for taking the time to support Graya Overload and helping this channel grow. Let me know if you have any questions or comments that you'd like me to take a look at in another video. And until next time, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching Graya Overload. If you like this content, be sure to subscribe.